Jules Kounde didn't just earn a reputation as one of football's most stylish defenders on the pitch. He's also considered one of the drippiest, best-dressed off it. His fashion-forward approach to life in football has made him a standout figure. Here's how he built that image. 1. A true fashion enthusiast. Kounde isn't just someone who wears expensive brands. He understands fashion. He's known to study fashion the same way he studies football. Frequently spotted in clean, minimalist fits as well as bold statement pieces. Mixes luxury brands, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Rick Owens, with underground streetwear and African designers, showing depth and taste. 2. Strong social media game. He creates his image with purpose. His Instagram is visually consistent, with high-quality photography, clean backdrops, and confident posing. Doesn't just post training or match pics, he posts fits, travels, and art. Rarely overdoes it. Less is more with Kounde. Third, Parisian influence, being French matters. France is a global fashion hub, raised in a culture where fashion is a form of self-expression and pride. He embodies the Paris drip aesthetic, effortless, elegant, cool. 4. Attention to detail. His hair, jewelry, accessories, and even his socks are intentional. Rocks braided styles or a clean fade, always groomed. Never over-accessorizes, but a necklace or subtle ring adds finesse. Known to step into games with tailored trousers and boots, looking like he's walking into a Fashion Week show. 5. Fashion translates into confidence. His swagger isn't limited to his wardrobe. Calm under pressure on the field, plays like he dresses, cool and calculated, his confidence and creativity in defending mirrors, his risk-taking in fashion. 6. Collaborations and brand attention. Regularly features in editorials and campaigns for major brands. Appeared in fashion magazines and brand lookbooks, not just as an athlete, but as a model. Clubs like Barcelona and Sevilla often use him for promotional shoots because of his look and style. Signature style traits. Monochrome fits, especially black/white. Layering with jackets, overcoats, and wide-leg trousers. Designer sunglasses even indoors. Footwear game. Everything from chunky designer sneakers to Chelsea boots. In the heart of Paris, just before the season's final match, Jules Kounde stood in front of a full-length mirror, not in a locker room, but in a quiet atelier tucked away in the Marais district. Around him were bolts of rich fabric, rows of handmade shoes, and sketches of sleek, futuristic streetwear. His fingers lightly brushed a black wool blazer lined with silk. This was his sanctuary, not the pitch, not the roar of a stadium, but fashion, the other game he played with just as much passion. From a young age, Jules had always cared about how he looked. Back in Bordeaux, while the other kids were saving for new boots or video games, Jules saved for vintage jackets. He'd scour secondhand shops, hunting for pieces that told stories. He once wore an 80s Armani coat to a youth team dinner. His coach didn't get it, but Jules didn't care. He knew fashion was art, and like football, it was a language beyond words. As his football career soared, from Bordeaux to Sevilla, and now Barcelona, so did his profile. But even as the world saw him as a defender of steel, he made sure they never forgot his softer side. He turned airport walkways into runways. He posed for GQ. He even helped design the team's pre-match jackets last season. Bold, minimalist, with a subtle nod to his roots in Paris. Tonight, though, wasn't about magazine spreads or tunnel walks. It was about a promise. A few months earlier, after an intense Champions League fixture, Jules had sat down with a young designer named Malik, whose work he discovered on Instagram. Malik was 22, self-taught, and barely making rent. But his designs, revolutionary. "I want you to design what I wear for the final," Jules told him. "Something that says, 'This is who I am.'" Malik had blinked, stunned. "The final? The one the whole world will be watching?" Jules just smiled. "Exactly." Now, the night before the biggest game of the year, Jules was in the atelier again, trying on the finished piece, a sharp navy trench coat tailored to perfection, with hidden embroidery on the inside lining, built on dreams. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't loud, It was pure Jules, understated elegance with a deeper story. The next evening, as the team bus pulled into the stadium, cameras flashed. Reporters leaned in. But it wasn't just the football fans watching. Somewhere in Paris, Malik's friends were screaming, pointing at the screen. That's it. That's his jacket. Jules stepped off the bus with quiet confidence. Not just a defender, not just an athlete, but an artist. They won that night, 2-1. Jules cleared a goal line shot in the final minutes and was named man of the match. But when asked in the post-game interview what moment he'd remember most, he didn't mention the tackle or the medal. He simply said, walking in, wearing that coat. Because for Jules Kounde, football was the dream, but fashion was the soul. And in that 5-minute walk from the bus to the locker room, wearing something built from passion, friendship, and vision, he felt truly whole.